Thimbo. Weaver. Can you imagine just...
Let me tell you what an AI character is. Mickey Mouse is an AI character.
What? What? What?
Get you something that don't talk back. What is better than an AI artist that don't talk?
Get you something that don't talk back? What was that in reference to? What are you working with children? What do you mean? I guess we're gonna start off with the Timberland stuff. So we actually have Anthony Fantano doing a video about this. We can hop in here. AI music is evil. Anthony Fantano the sellout. He's on the right side of history though, usually. I haven't seen Bolo's video on it. Is he on the right side of history? Okay, wait, I guess like we should give like a quick background on this. Okay, so Timbaland, for those of you who don't know, he's had like quite the affair with AI for quite some time now. It's I would say the situation is quite disgusting, personally. The recent news that kind of was like the straw that broke the camel's back was that he is signing an AI artist known as Tata, and it's basically going to be AI music. Yeah, it's not really a huge deal on its own, but then the other stuff in the past, like him, like just like dissing everyone whose music he reviews, him saying AI is the only thing that's got soul, all this stuff like that. Then there was like this stream recently where he was like kind of like super disrespectful to everyone coming on. He kept running up to go to the bathroom like without saying anything, which you can make your own judgment calls about that. Fantano is giving his take here.
The fact that it continues to be forced upon us by individuals who should know better and frankly have way too much power and influence in the music industry.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing too. Like the worst part about Timbaland doing this is he also like he's kind of influential. He has been, he's had like quite a few hits quite some time ago. So to have him on the side of AI is like not really a good thing. Also, he's like the strategic advisor, which I actually looked that up since one of my last videos. I was like curious, like what is a strategic advisor? I was like, what does he do for Suno? You know what I mean? He's the strategic advisor for Suno. It's like, what does he do? Okay, I've seen several different job descriptions. Helps organizations develop and implement effective strategies to achieve their goals. So like he's like all in on the AI stuff. You know what I mean? He's all in on AI if he's the strategic advisor for Suno. He's helping Suno organize and develop and implement their strategies to achieve their goals. What are their goals? To make AI music really popular, I guess. And I'm not even completely against AI. I'm against generative AI. I think especially like unethically trained generative AI. I think that's where we should draw the line. Like AI for certain things, totally fine. You want some help mixing, you want some help doing like some menial tasks, you want help cleaning up your house or something, awesome. But you want it to like paint a picture for you. It's lame, dude. It's lame. Come on, let's be honest. It's lame. And if you are one of these people who's like, oh, I want it to make an idea for me, to give me ideas, then you are creatively bankrupt. Like, what is the defense for that? It's like, oh, it helps me, gives me ideas. Well, it's like, okay, you can't come up with your own ideas. That's kind of sad. You're a producer or an artist and you can't come up with your own ideas. That's kind of sad. Like maybe it's over for you. Maybe it's over for you if you need to use generative AI for that. Lil Wayne's album was all AI. Hey, that would be a good excuse, man. That would be a good excuse, man. If he came out and was just like, got you guys. That whole album was AI. The whole album was AI. Also doing a whole beat in AI. Where's the fun in that? Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like I just like my take before is like I just don't want to live in a world where AI is like doing creative stuff for us. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be making the music that we listen to. I feel like that's a pretty fair take. Like I feel like people should agree with that. Like I don't know, and it's not even a matter of like being like an old man. You know what I mean? It's not even like a boomer take. I feel like it's like a rational human being take. That's the thing. People are like, oh, you're turning into Rick Beato now. Like, I think computers are amazing. Computers are amazing. I think AI is amazing. I just don't think it should be doing the creative things. And I don't understand why you'd want to live in a world where that's what's going on. If Timbaland is actually the strategic advisor, like it says he is, because like he may just like be like working in the company and not really doing much. But if he is actually the strategic advisor, then he is developing and implementing strategies, which are going to be executing business plans that align with the organization's objectives. So this means like promoting Suno to his audience. This means like making it look good, making it look like something people want to use. And the funny thing here is he's supposed to offer an objective perspective, which so far we have not seen at all. Yeah, Timbaland becomes strategic advisor for AI music company Suno. So like this is not fake news. And like one thing that was like really whack in that live stream interview he was doing with Young Guru, they kept trying to like downplay and say like, oh, those are just headlines. Those are just headlines. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, you look at the headline, you look at the content within it after the headline, and it supports the headline. You know what I mean? Like it's not a matter of just headlines. headlines making you look bad. It's like your actions making you look bad. Look who it is. Oh, what's up, Busy? Strategic advisor attracts talent and funding. It's a face for the company most of the time. Insights. Well, I mean, there's like several different definitions for a strategic advisor. Like, it depends where you look it up. But yeah, I mean, my point is like his hand is like way deeper in this than he tries to like act like. You know, he tries to act like it's like he's just somebody that uses Suno. And it's like, for somebody who just uses Suno, like, you seem pretty involved in this. It says here he'll be involved in day-to-day product development and creative direction.
The best party was then Timba said random on like an emu sampler is equal to AI generated music face with tears of joy.
Hey, thank you, Noir. Bro, I can't remember exactly what he said. It was terrible though. He was saying that computers and people have been copying him for a long time. And then he said this like sampler, was it a sampler? Yeah, the emu sampler was like copying him. And then basically he was saying, no, but you can hit random on that thing and it's like copying me every time. He was basically implying that like AI had existed for a long time or something, and it's been copying him for a long time. Was Weaver not looking healthy before? He was stressed about a bitch. You know, I'm not even mad at that. Call her a bitch. Everybody call her a bitch right now. Get to it, guys. Get to it. All right, anyways, let's get to this. Let's get to this video.
Of course, we are talking about legendary super producer Timbaland, whose work I am very familiar with because I came of age when he was generating a lot of his biggest.
Okay, one thing, I like how he said generating. That couldn't be an accent there. Generating. One thing that's really funny to me here is he has this Corey Feldman album cover right here, like amongst all his YouTube plaques.
He was generating a lot of his biggest and best and most influential hits, honing the talents of a lot of bright, young, up-and-coming artists who made some incredible stuff. But these days, Timbaland isn't really on that trajectory anymore. In fact, it's been a while since he's generated a real...
He keeps saying generated, dude.
Genuine hit with a new, young, exciting artist who's actually making waves. I mean,
I swear, is he gonna say? Okay, wait. Take a shot if he says generated one more time.
If you're a
I actually I could actually take a shot for him if he says generated one more time. I'm not gonna do it though. That would be fun, but no, it's too early.
Producer with the talent and the history and the experience and connections of a Timbaland, the ground is currently fertile with ideas and artists willing to do whatever they can to make the biggest song of their career.
Better.
The options and opportunities are there. You just have to go out there and grab them. No, instead of doing that, he is trying to forge a new pathway for himself by cutting corners.
I mean, yeah, realistically, I think it's all about cutting corners for him. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm guessing maybe he feels like a creative struggle. You know, I'm thinking maybe he feels like a struggle with creativity in the past few years. And because of that, maybe he tried, Suno and UDO and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, this is giving me ideas and I can work with this. And I'm guessing because of that, it took him on this path to continue doing that. That's my guess.
And selling music fans short by giving us a bunch of AI-generated slop. And he's been quite egotistical about it in the past as
definitely.
well. We've actually covered AI in relation to Timbaland on this channel before in terms of this little obsession he had.
Wait. The video is called This Is Disgusting? Oh my God. No one's original, dude. No one's ever original. I'm not original either, apparently. Fuck. God damn it.
For a moment with bringing...
Yeah, cutting corners or cutting up rails.
Biggie Smalls back, or at least, bringing his vocals back with the power of AI and using that to create...
Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was super whack. You guys remember that? He made this... Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Let's pull it up real quick. Timbaland, Biggie, Smalls. Dude, that was criminal, dude. And he was having Biggie rap in all these Gen Z slang. Bro, you know what that reminds me of, dude? When I first started making beats, I made a track where I sampled Biggie and Tupac on the same track. And bro, honestly, I probably deserve to die for that. It wasn't illegal, but it felt illegal. It was a 6-minute song with both our acapellas on it, dude. Oh my God. I was 1 or 2 years into producing. Why? I don't know, dude. I had just started producing and I was smoking weed all the time. I don't know, dude. When you smoke weed all the time, you have some bad ideas.
And we know that there's a lot of talk about AI. We know how the feelings of violating certain things. But let me tell you something. I got a solution. I got a solution. I'm working on it. It's gonna be beneficial to everybody. But
Jetty, he's way too excited about this, dude. I mean, to be fair, I was also pretty excited when I sampled Tupac and Biggie onto the same song. So keep in mind, this is like 2012 or 20 something around there, all right? I would never do that these days, like unironically. I could tell you, I was like this excited. I think I was about this excited.
you know, I gotta share something I've been working on. I always wanted to do this, and I never got a chance to. I always wanted to work with Big, and I never got a chance to.
I'm working with his robot now.
Until today, it came out right.
Dude, dude. Just the way he's like so excited about it, man. Oh god. Play. Look, I don't want to accuse people of being on drugs, dude. You know, never that. Never that. But I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I do not know.
Keep all my gold so glowing when I'm grinning. Frozen carrots on my canine, my smile shimmering. Garbage rapper dropping fast, that's what I am listening.
You think it's good? I think it's fine. The thing is, it just doesn't sound like Biggie's flow. It sounds like someone else's flow. You know what I mean? It sounds almost like a grime flow or something. You know what I mean? See, that was the part that was kind of like, do you make Biggie say it's not giving? It's not giving. You think he's just gonna like pick up all this TikTok slang? Bro, that's crazy to me. What's crazy to me about that is like the whole like, so he's heard that song like 100 times, right? He's definitely heard that song like 100 times, and he's playing it, and he's just like, as if it was the first time he heard it. Perfect.
I really am happy about the public outcry around that because I do think we kind of dodged a bullet there. But sadly, this has not stopped Timbaland from trying to forge forward with this whole AI thing. I actually think recently some of the stuff he's been doing with AI has been flying a little under the radar.
Bro, like yeah, you know, I gotta keep a closer eye on him too. Bro, that video he made in response to like all the backlash, that was crazy, dude.
I didn't see much coverage about this, but not too long ago, he came out with this Timbaland Progression album. Yes, Timbo Progression is the title of it. It dropped just this year.
Wait.
And the whole thing is like this weird throwback 70s Afro beat.
Okay, I didn't hear this, but he also did like an ambient album too.
Afro funk type of record. The songs on this LP are way shorter than you would usually expect music in this genre to be. On top of that, the grooves and the drums and
that's weird. Why are all these funk songs 45 seconds?
The bass and the horns are just super looped and repetitive. Like there's no real organic, natural groove or flow to it at all. It sounds very tight, very synced, very cleanly produced for music in this style, but it still has the kind of nostalgic sheen to it.
I want to look that up. Wait, hold on. Timbaland Progression.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of agree. It does sound very tight rhythmically for this kind of music. Okay, hold on. We need more. We need to hear more of that. Bro, what? This is well, this didn't really pop off very much, did it? Very loopy. Timbo. Timbo. Weaver. Can you imagine? It's very loopy. I do agree. It's very repetitive. Hopefully this doesn't get shut down. I think it's good so far. The artifacts aren't from the stream. I mean, like, it sounds fine, but yeah, it does. I could kind of hear the repetitiveness and whatnot, and it is kind of stiff for that genre. Okay, if you really want to do that and you need to generate ideas like that, why don't you just like come up with the idea and then like have like real musicians record it so it actually sounds like human. Like, why not like have the rhythm sound human? Because it does sound like really stiff.
Which does lead me to believe that these tracks may be AI generated on some level. I mean, when
I would say there's like a 99% chance.
exactly is Timbaland hitting the studio with a full band of old school African funk musicians and having them sing Timbo,
especially for like 50K plays? I don't know about that.
And if he did actually put the personal time and resources into doing such a thing, you would think he would actually spend a bit more time like promoting the album, and it would be a bit more of a to-do, but instead this thing was like dropped out of the blue. And again, I think a lot of people haven't really kind of taken notice, and I think he's kind of used this as an opportunity to see if he can kind of like sneak a project like this out without people giving him crap for it. However, people are seemingly giving
that was very low key. I didn't even hear about that.
Him crap for this new AI based venture he's involved in, which is this new pop artist here you can see on your screen named Tata, who...
Wait, hold on. I didn't notice this. Is the question mark... Was that there? Was the question mark? Is that tattooed on her face?
Yes, is AI generated and looks like a composite of like a dozen different K-pop artists. AI generated images and music are gross enough on their own. What makes this even worse is, again, it's being engaged with by a man who has the time and has the talent and has the resources to actually be working with real, interesting, exciting young artists. But instead, he's doing this crap.
Yeah, that's kind of the shame. That's a really good point. See, this is why I like Fantano. I didn't really even think about that. Yeah, he could be working with like new up and coming artists. He could be breaking someone new who's actually good. He could be promoting the next big thing, and instead he's promoting Suno. Like, how's that a win?
Crap, and not out of love of creativity or anything like that. No, it's all being done because obviously if you can, for the audience, fake the vision of an actual artist through images and sound, and then actually generate a hit or two that way, that saves you the pesky trouble of having to pay them and split royalties with them, or compromise creatively with...
Maybe he's trying to figure out some way to get paid $500K for a beat again, you know what I mean?
Them in some way. Now, once again, like with the Biggie thing, Timbaland has...
Okay, yeah. Okay, I saw this on their stream. I actually cut out the whole Swiss Beats thing from it because when I did my video covering it, because like, dude, Swiss Beats was just glazing him the whole time. He was like, if there's anybody who's allowed to do this, it's Timbaland. He was saying shit like that. It was so whack. Like, he needs more people giving him like shit for this, as opposed to like telling him it's okay. It's not helping his case at all. It's also just like making it makes him look like he's in an echo chamber.
As well, he's also trying to funnel all of this into like this, entertainment company that's going to be AI based named Stage Zero, which just goes to show you how greedy his ambitions are here. But in the wake of the backlash, Timbaland has gone on to social media to defend this decision with a few cringe-worthy posts on Instagram. The first one I will read here.
That's not what he said. He said he would stand behind for whatever he did as his partner. Okay, that's close enough, dude. Sorry, I don't have it pulled up right now. We can watch it if you want. I got 4 hours.
No, I'm trolling, but let's have a real conversation. I love my independent...
So, like, that stream he had, that was not a real conversation. Especially when he caught up and walked away like 15 times whenever somebody was saying something important to go to the bathroom.
Okay, first off, you're
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. This doesn't mean I'm not working with real artists anymore. Who are you working with then? But yeah, he definitely doesn't train AI off of people's music. That was really stupid. Whoever came up with the idea was really dumb. I'm sorry. Whoever said that first, you're dumb. Like, you really think he would train AI off of random people's music on his stream with no like quality control or anything? That's crazy. I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Love my independent artists. Okay, first off, you're starting a goddamn company around this shit, and you've tried to do this stuff before. You've released music recently that is presumably...
Yeah, I felt bad for Young Guru in that stream because Young Guru was actually like, he was spitting. And Timbaland was not hearing it. He was not even trying to hear it.
AI, you are not fucking trolling. And if you love your independent artist so much, where...
No, he was trolling. He was trolling with that video, with this video. Hey, thank you, JD Wilson. They're not just paying him. Okay, hold on.
Suno is paying him.
Dude, I swear I fixed the delay.
In the first
it's like
place,
doing it again.
But he has been writing Danja's production for years.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that, JD Wilson. I've heard that about the Dangerous production for a long time. I haven't really looked into that though. Oh, yeah, before we get into this a little bit further, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't, guys. This is what he's referring to with the trolling here.
Whatever. Go ahead and cry me a river, since Timbo Stamp is on that too.
Okay, wait, I gotta mute this song. Wait, I like how I just heard like a sniff sound effect.
About AI taking your spot, but your songs barely mix. Why would we train it on that?
Yeah, this was like so whack to do, dude. This is so whack to do. Like, not really like something good for like the pillar of the community to do. And like even worse is this whole thing is like AI generated too.
Man, y'all scared of AI, but record every
Yeah, Timbaland's secretly a furry.
Melodyne.
Auto-tune is AI, baby.
Autotune is not AI, dude. So like he made this himself. He thinks autotune is AI. Like by that definition, in anything that does math or like any sort of computing is AI. If that's not true, that's not true.
Y'all just didn't complain till it started writing better hooks than you.
Show me it. Show me where it's writing a better hook. Show me it.
You want opportunity, but ain't got output.
You worried about AI stealing your sound? Bro, you ain't got one.
And then using the Cry Me a River song, dude, come on. And then like it has like these people crying. This is supposed to be us. This is us here. This is what they're referring to with the trolling. Like this is trolling for sure, but this is some dickhead behavior, dude.
You were not fucking trolling. And if you look,
he was trolling there. That was a troll, but it was very, very dickish.
Your independent artists so much, where are they? Where are they? Where are the
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, Suno has spit out songs with beat tags on them still.
Where's the new production and entertainment company for all of your independent artists?
Doesn't exist. He don't care.
This doesn't mean I'm not.
AI to him is what has soul, apparently. He tried to say that was like a misspeak or something, but he like let that quote like float around for like months and months without like having a problem with it.
Working with real artists anymore, and I don't train AI off y'all music. Okay, well, I'm gonna presume it means you're gonna be working with a lot fewer real artists, honestly. Maybe you're not off of real artists entirely, but this whole process says to me that if the opportunity arises where working with a fake artist will make you more money, you're going to do that. And you're going to try to drum up as many use cases as possible in the process, because all of this is just...
Did he even get into the part where he's like a strategic advisor for them yet? Because it's just like such a large conflict of interest. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you are working for the company, you shouldn't be able to utilize that product in order to like try to build another business venture and also like promote it to people too.
Driven by your pockets. And again, no, I don't train AI off of your music. I mean, it's being trained off of something.
No, actually, technically, he's not doing it, but Suno is doing it. I mean, and I don't know when the last time they've like scraped the internet for music was, but yeah, there's actually like a website that you can use to check if your music has been used to train AI. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Yeah, they are busted for mass copyright infringement too. They've already gone to court for this and admitted to it.
Training the AI purely off of your own music. You know, I forgot about the massive Timbaland Afrobeat back catalog that he must have trained this Timbo progression album on. This just means more creativity for creators, which honestly just sounds like some tech bullshit that CEOs and entrepreneurs use to get people investing in crap like this. Now, in addition to this, Timbaland also posted a video featuring music executive Ray Daniels, where he's kind of just talking into his phone in the car and making the case for this whole AI thing. And of course, it comes across even more out of touch than the Timbaland black and white text post.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if we're talking about out of touch with Timbaland, I think the worst part was probably the net stream where he was like saying that sampler was like AI. That was next level out of touch.
Yo, in today's news of artists are never satisfied, artists are never happy. This is why executives, producers, stuff of that nature don't work with artists.
What a shitheaded thing to say. What? Just off the bat. Executives and producers don't want to work with art.
I mean, one bad review from Fantano, I feel like people can change their mind, all right? When I first heard Blade, I didn't like it. You know, when I first heard Blade, I didn't like it. Now Blade's one of my favorite artists. People's music tastes change. I feel like you can you can change your opinion on music.
Artists anymore, because artists are annoying and they have opinions and they want things like to be paid. Why don't artists all want to work for free? Why can't they just all shut the fuck up and do what we tell them to all the time? Why can't the thing that they give us that makes...
No, not Blade the film, dude. I mean, that film is... That film's kind of mid, if I'm being honest. Like, it's cool for the time, but it's okay. It's just okay. It's not like an amazing film. The character's cool.
This industry run just come for free and we take it and make money off of it and they just go away and fuck off. Why can't that just happen?
Timberland, who has super producer, who has, I've seen helping as many artists as he can, decides he's going to play in the AI world, which... Why the fuck?
Blade was not mid, watch your mouth. I just think in 2025, it's not as good as the film as it was back then. It's cool though, like don't get me wrong, it's cool. Guy like Daywalker fights vampires. It's cool. It's cool. I just think it's like not as like heavy hitting in 2025.
Wouldn't you? Like, let me tell you what an AI thing is. Let me tell you what an AI character is. Mickey Mouse is an AI character.
What? 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 They had AI back then too? What? Dude, by that definition, everything is AI. I'm AI. You're AI.
Donald Duck is an AI character. Bugs Bunny is an AI character.
Three times. It's impressive. Three times
retarded, yeah.
Wrong. Bugs Bunny is not an AI character. Mickey Mouse.
Bro, like they're just trying to gaslight people that don't understand what AI is. Like either that or they're just stupid.
This is not an AI character, whatever the hell else, also not an AI character. Not only...
Hey, thank you.
It's a tool, but making an entire artist is insane, especially given all the talent he has access to.
Well, there's definitely a way to...
He screwed over a lot of writers.
There's definitely a way to like utilize AI and generative AI creatively, but the problem is like when you're using it to like just do everything creative from start to finish, then it's just like, what are we even doing here anymore? You know, we're just trying to replace like one of the great things about life. We're trying to replace music with AI. I love computers. I love making music on a computer. I just don't want the computer to do all of it for me. I want to have some level of like input more than just typing in some words.
Are those characters not artificial intelligence? They're also not AI generated because
human
they were
intelligence.
Generated by human beings. They were generated by artists, the people who earlier you were saying are never satisfied. That's why nobody wants to work with them anymore. No, those are the works.
Dude, that's crazy.
Of artists, the very group of people who you are crapping on and disrespecting.
You guys are looking at it wrong. He's going to make a character that he can have sing songs and things of that nature, sell products. That's all these cartoonists and...
Yeah, it's taking away jobs from people. Like AI, I guarantee you generative AI has taken away jobs from people already, and it's going to take away many more.
All these young kid TV shows are doing anyway, so why y'all mad at him?
Okay, again...
because he's like a pillar of the producer community.
I'm not begrudging Timbaland if he wants the freedom to generate a character and then have that character represent the art that he and maybe other creatives are creating themselves. If Timbaland wants to have his whole little weird Gorillaz era, he's...
See, what made Gorillaz good, though, was the fact that a human did this. You know, like, when I first saw Gorillaz, I didn't know what it was. It, like, blew my mind when I was in middle school. You know, like, when I saw this, I was like, what? Dude, like, I didn't understand what it was. And that's what made it so cool. And if I found out this was all just, like, computer generated or something, like, computer generated as in, like, no human had a hand in it at all, other, like, than, like, typing a prompt or something, then I would have thought it sucked.
Certainly entitled to that. Yeah.
How is this any different than Marshmello? He's a real person who came up with the idea. What do you mean? There's still like a performer when Marshmello DJs. I don't even like Marshmello. Yeah, it's the lead singer of Blur.
He can work with a cartoonist or a CGI artist or something and then have them like create the character and make it up. Or he could even like hire some models to dress in an outfit to represent the character, or he can like put on a mask. I don't know. Just do it in a way that involves humans fucking doing it. Just do it in a way that is human and personal and isn't just generated off of the creativity of others with no credit or depth depth or anything.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of it, he goes into, again, the real motivation behind all of this. Do you know how hard it is to push an artist? Artists have opinions and want to do things their own way. When we, the executives and the producers, just want them to be quiet and do.
You guys are just trolling now, dude. MF Doom is AI. MIDI is AI. Guitar is AI.
Whatever we tell them to.
Do you know how hard it is to push an artist? They gonna tell you, I don't want to do that. Jimmy Iovine famously told me one day, get you something that don't talk back. What is better than an AI artist that don't talk?
Get you something that don't talk back? What was that in reference to? Was that in reference to like a woman or something? What do you mean get you something that don't talk back? Well, just work with someone who actually like wants to be where you're trying to take them. You know what I mean? Don't just work with anybody. Like if they then fire them, find somebody better. Not everyone's like that. What are you working with children? What do you mean? Bro, personality.
He said the thing. He literally said that he's not even hiding it. There's no mask on it. The mask is off. Here it is for all to see with no filter whatsoever. This is what every AI-based executive will not say outright, because this is the actual appeal for AI for fuckers like this. AI is being pitched as like, hey, it's supposed to be this new way forward for creativity and the future of art and music and so on and so forth. No, dumbasses like this are only interested in it because it doesn't talk back. They're only interested in it because it saves them money. It cuts corners. It's one less person to have to split royalties with, split streaming revenue with. This is something that can be controlled and used purely for the benefit of the executives, the 1%, the rich.
I wonder how long Timbaland had been using AI, because when you watch that rhythm roulette, bro, he looked kind of uncomfortable making a beat. But I really wish they let him. Like, I bet you he had to have asked, like, hey, can I just like prompt something on Suno real quick? And they're like, no, what? No one wants to see that. And he's like, are you sure though? Like, can I? Are you sure?
The powerful, that's it. All artists watching this, especially artists who are big, are influential, are on a label, have some kind of deal. If you're sitting there and trying to be as quiet and as dumb and as marketable and as boring as you possibly can in hopes that it's going to extend your career and lead to your continued success, these people are looking at you purely like,
nah, it's been longer than a year, dude. That Biggie clip is like a year and a half at least, maybe 2.
A commodity.
Hey, what's up, Zane?
And will replace you instantly the moment that they have the opportunity.
Yeah, he didn't steal all his beats. He did steal some things though, or like not give credit. You know what I mean? Like the chiptune thing.
These people are sick, disgusting parasites, and they will.
Bro, this was so funny, dude. This was so funny. Do you guys remember this like interview with the CEO? But he was saying that people don't enjoy making music with instruments. This is who Timbaland is working with. This guy who thinks that people don't enjoy making music on instruments. How is this a real person? It seems like the type of person that's like, oh, I don't listen to music. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I don't really like music. One of those guys, you know?
They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about creativity.
Wait, let me pull it up real quick. It's pretty funny. It looks like he's naked, dude.
So it's time to say something and be aggressive and be angry about it, because shutting up and being quiet and not saying anything is not going to save you. This guy's a moron. Timbaland's a moron. They're both hacks. They're both greedy freaks. And after this, I don't want to hear not one single.
Dude, he is greedy though. Okay. Like if you don't believe it because of that, what about this? Explain this. What is this? If he's not greedy, what is this? Timbaland's former employee demands jury trial over breach of contract. Breach of employment agreement, breach of the implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, fraud, outstanding wages, and more. So this is about Beat Club. And basically, he owes this guy a bunch of money. Timbaland owes this guy a bunch of money and he won't pay him. He was guaranteed an annual salary of $350,000, 100,000 shares of restricted stock. And then also the company raised $8 million from outside investors. And they didn't fulfill their promise to pay this guy's wages. And instead, they allegedly absconded with $1.7 million without notifying the board of directions. Not everybody gets paid, not unless it's making money already. Well, it sounds like they had money here. $8 million. Then he ran off with $1.7 million. I bet there's another side to the story. Bro, you're in the wrong stream, dude. You're in the wrong stream, dude. I mean, I'm sure there's probably another side to the story, but I don't know what side of the story you don't pay someone their wages. Jesus, Cosmic Harmony, what are you doing? What are you doing right now?
When right now, currently, we are so far from a point where
what Suno and Udio's AI licensing deals with music majors could mean for creative rights. 9 months later, the same companies are at the table hammering out AI music licensing deals. Oh, yeah, so supposedly these major labels are working out a deal with Suno and Udio, dude. So I'm not sure where that's going to go, but that's a terrible thing. That's really bad. It's really bad. Of course, so there still is the thing that you cannot copyright anything that's made purely with AI. So I'm not sure where that leaves us. It's kind of confusing.
We're actually enacting legislation that pays artists whose music is getting trained on this crap. And now, with posts and announcements like these, we are actually seeing thrown in our faces the real motivation.
I like to think that at a certain point, generative AI may be like restricted, or like have like a heavy like clamp down on it, because like there's going to be people generating like stuff that's going to cause like fucking wars and shit like that. AI generating like assassination attempts and stuff like that, or an actual assassination that's going to cause like a fucking war. You know what I mean? I think that's what it's going to take,
is make more money and fuck over artists. So yeah, that's it. This is evil. In fact, yeah, I don't think you can characterize it in any other way. This is just evil. This is callousness. Yeah. And I look forward one day to this sickness going away. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know.
I do too. I mean, I will miss like the AI generated meme content. But other than that, like, I don't know. It's overall just like kind of a loss for humanity.